Welcome to Division enthusiasts. We're back with another video today, and today it's a build breakdown or a technique breakdown of what we're doing. You may have seen I've done a previous video of our flawless run of Paradise Lost Incursion, and part of that is inclusive of the new brand set, vinyl measured or measured assembly, whatever you want to call it. And I thought I'd go through that today, through the technique, the strat that we use at the end, and go through my build as well, so that we can share the knowledge within the community. You've seen it a million times in terms of this going up to the archways and shooting the bosses to death. But nothing's new in that. What the new point is that we're utilizing final measure or measure assembly to control all the skills that are going on. You know, from using final measured or measured assembly, we are getting no kiddo, we are getting no healer box, we are getting no sniper turrets. You know, the DPS can just focus on the DPS. Now, you know, usually if you use FI, the usual thing is that a healer box comes out and a DPS person will need to shift focus from the bosses onto that heal box, or the kiddo comes back out, you know, if you don't get enough damage going on. This takes all those problems away, because if you don't get enough damage and the kiddo comes back out, you've got your hive there. Measured assembly is going to destroy it straight away, and you're back to DPS straight away. I haven't seen a heal box yet, because it just gets destroyed instantaneously. No sniper turrets, because the cone size, or you know, of your hive goes up and down. It's vertical, so even if you put a sniper turret above your head, it's going to get destroyed. So yeah, this is what I've found is really good for simplifying that end bit and taking some problems away that you might encounter. So without further ado, this is the build that we're going for. So obviously we're going for 4 pieces of measured assembly. And I'll start with the top, is our specialization. A lot of healer builds will have survivalist on. We're going for the technician, just because there are EMPs, there are bits and bobs that can destroy hives and things. We're using the technician. We've got Faraday, which protects our hives, protects our skills. The weapons, it doesn't really matter on the front end. A lot of people will use Scorpio for the debuffs. I tend to use the Mosquito instead of the Scorpio, just because it's a lot quicker to reload, and you know, it's not double shotgun. You don't go to the primary instead of your secondary, etc. You know, a double tap on your triangle button or Y button or whatever it is on the PC keyboard to go to your Mozzie is a lot easier. So we're doing 2 debuffs in this build. We're using our lefty for sledgehammer, so we're trying to keep that up all the time. And when we're not doing sledge, we are using our mosquito. Now, most people use a mosquito to take aggro, but it's got another reason for using it, is that once you put 5 stacks, so 5 shots on a boss, they will take 25% more damage to armor from all sources. So that, you know, your team putting the damage, doing the DPS, that will help get rid of that boss quicker. Okay, and of course sledgehammer, you throw a grenade out on them, and then that's going to add 20% more damage to armor that they're going to take. So it's the same debuff, but you can alternate them, you can stack them on top of one another. Okay, now 4 pieces of measured assembly or final measured. We'll go through the skill, but basically there's a lot of jargon here. There's overcharging for having people in your hive, which is great, but we're not really utilizing it. It's going over so quick that it doesn't really matter, but we're going to get that overcharge every 4 seconds. At 4 seconds once, but you know, as I said, we're not really using it for that. But what we are using it is for protecting us from mortars, etc., and enemy skills. But it's just going to destroy the healer hive, the kiddo, sniper turrets, anything which is around us, just from putting our hive down, which we're going to be doing anyway because we're the healer. We are going for the backpack, so that what that does is smart cooperation. Decrease the cooldown from destroying mortars and enemy skills from 10 seconds down to 1. So yeah, obvious why we're using the backpack. We want instant, we don't have to wait 10 seconds. If he puts a skill out, anything's out, it gets destroyed straight away. We've got repair skills and skill haste everywhere on this build. Okay, repair skills is the most important. Haste secondly, because you know we do want those chems coming back, but it should be over so quickly that what we start with our 9 chems, will be fine. But the haste will help that hive coming back as well, even you know when we do an overcharge. And with overcharge on our mind, we're having BTSUs because we do want an overcharge, because it's going to keep us all alive basically. Overcharge our team's skills, because we'll go over what the rest of the team will be using in a moment in the strategy. And on the chest, we have gone for Empathic Resolve. Now in the clip you saw, I was using a final measure chest, and I had an Alps holster on instead, after consulting, and I don't know why I didn't think of it because I use Empathic Resolve on my refractor build, but so I've just put it on here now because it is better. Is the fact that, and there is a blue roll, but we're not really concerned with it, it doesn't really matter. We get from Alps, we get 18% repair skills, and the Empathic Resolve is that when we repair an ally, they get 15% increase to their total weapon and skill damage. So obviously we're getting put on fire, we're getting shot, everything, all and sundry in that last boss battle on Paradise Lost. So they're getting 15% weapon damage, total weapon damage and skill damage all the freaking time because we're constantly healing them. Alright, obviously we're going to have a healing chem and a healing hive. We are 6 skill tiers, 7 if you count the technician. I know I could put a blue roll on here somewhere, but I like to make my builds with the cores on the gear if I can, because then if I ever wanted to change the specialization I could without worrying about compromising my build. Now the stats, the important ones we're looking at here are our healing stats. So you can see here on the chem launcher we're getting 1.56 million ally repair, and we're getting 313k repair over time on the chem, and on the hive we're getting 467k healing coming out of that. Now you may be thinking, is that good, is that bad? I don't know, I've never really paid attention to healing stats. You know, I know what good crit chance stats are, etc, etc. If you ran a standard 4-piece FI Future Initiative healing build, you would, on the hive, you get 373k healing, and on the chem, you would get 1.25 ally repair, and you would get 250k repair over time. So this is better for outright healing your team. Well, in the stats, you could argue that because Future Initiative, you're getting ground control in terms of the plus 25% weapon increase to total weapon damage when they're at full armor. I mean, on this part, this niche scenario where we're in Paradise Lost at the Lovebirds, they're hardly ever at full armor anyway, so I would argue even if you use an FI healer build that you would want to use Empathic Resolve chest piece, because the uptime would be greater. And the only thing we're missing where FI definitely is better is the fact that if with FI there's the other buff that if you heal one of your teammates, everybody within a 5-meter radius gets healed by 60% of that value. So that is a bit of a miss. So I guess all in all, healing wise, in the stats this one's better, but they probably level out. But what we're getting obviously with Measured Assembly is that ability to kill all the skills around us, which is the most important thing, because that's what, you know, if something goes wrong, the kiddo comes back out, that's your run scrapped really. So this sort of just controls that and allows you to put debuffs on the bosses, which allows your team to DPS them quicker. But yeah, just quick have a look at it. But yeah, I really love it. I really love it, and the strat that goes with it. So in our team composition, we've got 2 boosters, 1 revive hive, a scanner pulse, a smart cover, the damage type, and a decoy. All of them but the decoy are going to be used on my overcharge in the real damage phase of the encounter. GCROCK here has got the decoy on. He's going to drop it in the flower bed ahead of us. I'm going to shoot with my mosquito on Johnson, the small one, and hopefully they're going to jump over the top so they get out of the way basically for the first minute. I'm going to drop my hive to keep everybody protected, and I'm going to put sledgehammer buff on the bosses. The hive has taken out Kiddo already, and what we're doing now with Sledge, we're going to take 3 bars of damage off the fat boy. At which point, I am going to overcharge, which I've just done, and now I'm going to put chems down for everybody. And as you see, everybody else is doing their skills down, so they're overcharged skills. I'm now going to put my hive back down, and Kiddo is gone. I'm going to Sledge again, and then we're going to put damage on the little one, on Johnson. And there's Sledge now, he's gone. And now I'm just going to do some mosquito buff on the fat boy alongside Sledge, and he's gone already. And then it's just ads cleanup. Really, 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 really simple. So we'll go through it again. Decoy on the way up in the flower bed. Gonna shoot the little one. We're gonna go right up to the archways in the middle. Going to drop my healer hive to keep everybody alive. That does destroy the Kiddo on the first one because he's not out of the way. I'm going to do my first buff of sledgehammer so that we can put more damage on the boss. We're going to take the fat boy down by 3 bars to stop him EMPing all our skills away. Once that is done, I've overcharged, and then I'm putting overcharged chems down. Everybody's using their skills: scanner pulse, boosters, revive hive, smart cover. I'm going to put my hive back down, which destroys Kiddo. Redo sledgehammer. And we're focusing on the little one at this point then. Get rid of them. They're sledged. I'm going to then put my Mozzie buff on him as well. So he's got both of them. And he's gone in no time. And then it's just clearing up ads. And all the while, we're in heals. We're protected. We've got booster hive. We've got healer hive. We've got smart cover. So much damage. I think it's worth at this point pointing out that our DPS are running 4-piece strikers with the chest and backpack. I think we've got a coyotes, and then 2 out of the 3 are definitely using backfires because of the added DPS that brings. Yeah, really simple. G here, testing my healer skills on a flawless attempt. But yeah, really simple. It's over in less than a minute, I think it is, the actual boss battle. Yeah, done. And there you have it. That is the build, that is the strategy that we use with my team. Give it a go, don't shirk away from it. It is so good in this niche scenario. Obviously final measure assembly can be used in other places, like in legendaries as well, taking rid of Johnny Fives and things like that, and controlling drones spam basically. But this is how I use it with my team. So I hope you enjoyed it. Leave us a like and subscribe. Let's up those numbers, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Cheers.